But you guys got a quick video here for you on how to install Portainer on a UGREEN NAS. Now, if you've got a UGREEN NAS, you'll notice that Portainer and Plex and all these other things are not in the App Center. So what we need to do first is install Docker onto our UGREEN NAS. So we're going to go into the actual App Center here, and we're going to go ahead and install Docker, which is available. I'm going to choose my volume right here and click on Install. So let's go ahead and do that right here. That will download Docker and get it installed onto our system. And once that's done, we'll be pretty much good to go from there, because we can install Portainer inside Docker here. So you can see here is Docker. So let's go ahead and open Docker up here, and I'll quickly show you inside here. So you're going to have to use this for Plex and things like that. I've already made a video showing you how to install Plex inside Docker if you've got a UGREEN NAS. So I'm going to confirm this right here. So that's Docker installed. So now what we're going to do is go to our files directory here and go to shared folder. Inside here, you'll see the Docker folder here. Go inside here. And what we need to do here is right click, and we're going to create a new folder. Inside here, we're going to create a folder called Portainer. Just make sure they're all lowercase here. So let's go ahead and do that and click confirm. And from here, you can see now we have a folder called Portainer. Just want to make sure that we have read and write access to Portainer here. So I'm going to right click on it, go properties, and then go permissions here. And just make sure that you've got read write permissions for that account here. I've got the administrator account, so I should have read write access to this, but I'm just going to give it read write access anyway, just to make sure. And also what I'm going to do as well is make sure that Docker has read-write access to it as well. We should have read-write access as we are administrator. So let me go back in and just quickly check Docker here to make sure. I'm going to right-click on there and go to properties and then permissions. And you can see here, it works okay without me putting read-write access for admin, as it's telling me right here. But I'm just going to do it just for this video, just in case someone is using a different account. So we can now click OK here, and we'll let those permissions set. So what I'm going to do next is set up our SSH for this system, so I can quickly SSH into the NAS. That way I can just use the prompt window and paste in some long code, which is going to make things a lot easier. So let's go ahead, and what we need to do is we're going to need to go into control panel here and turn on SSH temporarily. Once we finish with it, we can turn it off afterwards for security reasons. So let's go ahead and go into terminal, and you should see SSH enable here. Port 22 is fine. Click OK, and you should see successful coming up on there. Once we finish with this, we can turn this off afterwards. So now we can go to our computer and we can remote in from our computer. So let me go ahead and go to the computer here, and we're going to type CMD. And we're going to run this as administrator here. This will open up the administrator window for command prompt. And now we need to type SSH, and then we're going to do space, then the user account for your network attached storage. So just type that out here. And remember, yours will be different to mine. And then we're going to do @ and then the IP address for our network attached storage device. So let's go ahead and do that right here, 192.168.1.153. And then we can do space and then -P22. And we can push enter, and that's for port 22. You might see the fingerprint popping up here, say Wi-Fi yes, and then type yes itself, because that's what it wants us to do. So let's go ahead and type yes, press enter. And this is it. Now we need to put in our password for that network attached storage. So let's go ahead and do that here. You won't see it coming up on the screen. That's pretty normal. It's hidden, but it is actually typing out. Press enter. And now we have just SSH'd into our network attached storage device. So now we're going to type sudo space su and then space dash, and then press enter. And you should see some code coming up here asking us for our password. Let's go ahead and put that in one more time here. So we're going to go ahead and type out our password. It won't be visible on the screen. And now you can see we are now at this stage right here, busy box, as you can see right there. So what we want to do here now is we want to do this next command, which is this one here in yellow. So let's break the command down here so you can actually see what it's actually doing. It's reaching out and saying that it wants to install Portainer into volume 1, which is our volume on our NAS. And then we've got Docker, which is our folder. And then we've got another folder called Portainer inside that, which is now pointing to that location right there. And the data Portainer is going to be this part here. And then we also have up there the port, which is the port is 8000 and 9000. And you can see it's telling the name Portainer to restart always, and a bunch of other stuff there. So you can see that's what it's going to be doing. So let's go ahead and push enter. And now it's going to start pulling it down and installing it into the location we told it to install into. So it's pretty straightforward. And once this is down and installed onto our network attached storage device, and that part of the installation is pretty straightforward and easy. It's going to be finished very soon. And we can then close off the actual command prompt window on our Windows system. So let's go back to the files section right here. Inside shared folder, if we go into Docker and in Portainer, you're going to see it's installed all of the content inside here and set it all up for us. That's exactly what we want. So all we need to do now is we need to go to our top of our browser, and what we're going to do is copy this IP right here, or you can type it out if you wish. I'm just being lazy, and then we can paste it in here. Now we need to change the port because it's 9999. We need to change that to 9000 because that's what we made it. And then you should see the Portainer window popping up. From here, you can give yourself a username, a password, and then you can sign in to Portainer for the very first time. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up quickly. Now you can use the same password and username if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you what you actually use on your system. So I'm just going to use this as admin 101 here, and we're going to go ahead and give it a password just like so. And we can then give it the confirm password right here. We can then sign in to our Portainer. And once you've done this, you can use this to install a lot of stuff on your system. So let's go ahead and create this one right here. And it allows to collect anonymous statistics right here. If you want to do that, you can leave that check marked. But if you're okay to continue, all you need to do here is click Create User. And there we go. We've now logged in, and there is our Portainer all up and running, ready to go. So now we can start to configure this and use it for whatever you like on your network attached storage. And that's pretty much it. I'll be adding some stuff to this just to show you how to set things up on your network attached storage using Portainer, Docker, and loads of other things. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Big shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. I shall catch you in the very next video, or I'll catch you on our Discord server for a chat. The link is in the video description. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.